He's known as a ruthless operator with a hair-trigger temper. He's a reputed godfather of New England's Irish Mafia, and now he's a fugitive. Have you seen James Whitey Bulger? In California, a house is torched to cover up the murder of a young woman and the abduction of her infant son. Now the boy's father, rap music artist Lathan Young Lay Williams, needs your help to solve this disturbing case. Join me for this intriguing edition of Unsolved Mysteries. However, they deny any knowledge of the unknown substance or any involvement in creating or dispersing it. The locals don't buy it.
Okay, close the eyes.
I was amazed. I couldn't believe that I was standing.
Initially felt that possibly there were some jealousies that had been aroused in competing females for Lathan's affections.
Is Daphne home?
Yeah, come on in. She's in the back.
The obvious suspects were the two girls who had visited Daphne the evening of her murder. They were first seen just before they arrived at the house by a neighbor who wishes to remain anonymous.
I saw two girls on the same side of the sidewalk. One of the girls, she had like a black tote bag, and she unzipped the bag and pulled out something which appeared to me to be a rope.
You got the light?
Melody's parents never guessed that the man had a love, a criminal record, and a nasty reputation.
Michael's not afraid to use a handgun or a weapon. Statements from some of his acquaintances indicated that his favorite pastime was dressing up in black and shooting at cars and trains.
6 months before he met Melody, Michael Short and a friend came up behind a couple driving down the highway. They were in the fast lane, moving too slow to suit Short. Glendine Butterfield and her niece Kellyanne Ayers, as any mother and daughter. But some 20 years ago, circumstances forced them apart. Our viewers can bring them back together. It is a twisted and deadly scheme. Booby trap packages, cleverly disguised as promotional gifts, delivered through the mail, courtesy of a madman. Join me for these intriguing cases. Perhaps you be able to solve one of tonight's mysteries.
And that's where I died.
I don't think she could have possibly made it up. If it had been another child, I might have been much more skeptical. But I was home full time with her at that point and very controlling about what she saw and what she read. She didn't watch any television. She didn't really go to any movies. She wasn't exposed. She could not have possibly had a frame of reference for this experience.
What stands out for me is the fact that small children who've not been contaminated with adult ideas or concepts are telling us.
The victims shared only two things in common. He is a creature of deadly habit. His delivery supplies look legitimate. Each package contains a lethal homemade weapon that fires 3 bullets in different directions. The new incident press has seized upon the detective, giving the criminal a somewhat mysterious gun bar.
Guns was a choice for the gang in the late 50s.
My kid.
With the help of the police, Glendine got Kellyanne back, but the battle over the child was just beginning. Within a few months, Glendine says Kellyanne changed. She had become an unhappy, bewildered little girl.
Much too sad for Christmas. I just don't understand. Kitty wants me to call her Mommy, and Uncle Bob wants me to call him Daddy.
The situation became worse when Bob sued Glendine for custody.
I've heard arguments from both sides. And I just had a nice.
Her. You know, it was like kind of a conversation, but just, you know, I felt wonderful when I talked to her.
I'll serve you that.
The next time Grandma called, however, the line was disconnected. Since that moment, all of her efforts to track Kellyanne have failed. In 1984, Glendine and her brother Bob had patched up their differences. Then until Bob died in a car accident in 1994, their sole focus was finding Kellyanne.
There hasn't been one day went by since I gave her up that I haven't thought of her.
Hi you guys, that's what it looks like out there. Today I'm gonna go see my job counselor. I gotta let them know that I'll be there at around like 3:10 because of the detour of the bus and what you saw yesterday, okay? So I'll be there around 3:10 and you will be in my bag. So yeah, I was feeling very, very sick yesterday. I just did not know what the hell. So right now I'm gonna work on a quiz, alright? Yeah, I wasn't feeling well at all yesterday.
Mastermind by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm feeling slightly better today, so. And look, I got the chin hair. You don't see a black stub, do ya? Nope. So, maybe should I do the survey first since that's faster? I just gotta see something.
I think the stakes
20
are very
minutes.
high. Those stakes
Oh, there's
are
only
natural
12
resources.
questions.
Those stakes belong to all of us. 300 million Americans and those unborn today.
Yeah, I
Those
gotta work on my
resources
stuff
belong to
here.
It's extremely important to me that the forces that support this kind of thing understand that this is not ever how you win, that you only lose.
Jamie had lived just down the road from her family. Calls and visits were frequent. Holidays were spent together.
She was just like a burst of energy when she walked in. You knew she was there, her presence just radiate.
I think ultimately she just wanted to get married and have a family. Success was important to her. I don't think she really had a handle on what she wanted to be successful at. But ultimately it was children and family.
Jamie's aspirations may have been unremarkably tame, but you would never have guessed it if you met her on the job.
To understand that it came out of nothing. I mean, it came out of an act of love. It's not an act of money or power, or it's just an act of love. Moses needed just a little push to become a wonderful butterfly. She understood what Moses had inside. She was very wise to let him know that he was good enough to become what he is now.
It will be a very nice surprise for somebody, you know, like her, who after 20 years somebody say they looking for you because you are the one that says such as that. That will be nice.
All right. I'll make sure here. No, wait, I should grab my eye drops. Okay. I don't have no time to talk. I'm in a hurry.
All right. Okay. Bus.
Yep. I gotta get out here. I'm in a hurry here.
Now I start sounding like everybody else.
Note to self: eye drops, pills, sparkling water, quick trip meals, and more tuna helpies and coffee. That's all I need. Okay, here's my bus. I'm on time. Hi, no transfer.
No transfer.
They're now kind of more competitive employment, but just not competitive enough for DDR. That's why we don't support it. But I do know that they now kind of have more like stations. I know that they had stations before, but there's a variety of things. So I don't know if you ever wanted to take a tour there again. I know a lot of the staff that were there a couple years ago are not there anymore, but I don't know when you had last been there. So. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything on St. Vincent's, but I do know that I've seen openings for them in the past.
Yeah.
There's also like Diamond Dollar, but I think there's a lot of volunteering.
We're waiting for the D-bus. We're waiting for the D-bus. He does that all the time. Okay. He knows me a lot. I do that all the time. That's my donkey call. I go hee-honk.
Actually, that's kind of annoying.
I have an Eeyore stocking cap too.
Oh, you do?
Ugh.
Nice. You really are obsessed with Eeyore.
I have two of them. I have Eeyore onesie PJs.
You must be a fan of Eeyore.
And then it'll be gone like in a 2 days and a half.
I don't even know where my boundaries are. I only know when they've been crossed or when I push people away. I only notice then. But recognizing that unease in ourselves when we've shared information or when we push people away, when we're like, oh, we feel guilty, any kind of regret is usually our bodily response to us running into a boundary. Once we know what boundaries we have in place already, then we can decide what we want to change. Like in this person's question, it sounds like we're kind of too diffused, meaning we don't have enough boundaries in place about what we share, and then we're left feeling kind of remorseful and regretting all that we've told people in our lives.
Before I discovered
Nobody's
Walden
cool.
University,
Murder. You should fight to have this one in patience.
No, we already have enough of those. Unless the killer, was somehow standing in patience. This is just a problem.
What he doesn't know is the real killer was definitely in patience when she shot the man.
I'm going for a walk.
Do not pee on my couch.
You said I had Superman's jawline. Ouch.
If the mayor is not going to help me get the autopsy back, I will do it myself.
Places! Listen, isn't there a way to make a phone call during the shift?
Well, you can phone a friend, but only if you make it to the bonus round. Oh, you're so far behind. You'll never make it.
5 seconds! 4, 3.
My name is Roddy Lankman, and our reigning champ, Val Birch, is in the lead again with $3,000. In second place, Susan with 0, and Adrian, you're at negative 1,000.
Well, Roddy, I think my luck is about to change.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's do round 2 and dig for treasure for $4,000. The bone that connects.
Indeed. So. Without cure, men will die. Secure. What is it? Oh, no.
Somebody's your
B2. B4. G52. Round over.
Dad don't want to get God, he thinks you and Gary were having an affair, and
Gary, that's sexist.
Yes, that's the big Dad's devaluing the important contribution. Agree, he's a terrible He's also a crooked cop.
I knew he was here earlier today.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And what were the circumstances?
We have been all
I'm
through
talking
this.
to Dr. Bertram. What were the circumstances?
He was a walk-in, and one of our doctors, Bruce Falk, he examined him. He told Anne that he had been in a car accident. His behavior seemed rather erratic. Dr. Vogt asked me to take a look, so I suggested maybe doing a head CT, which he refused.
I'll be like, okay, it's not my fault but your fault. I did warn you about that, so I did warn them. They didn't want to listen. They didn't care to listen to me when I asked them nicely and say, stop, please. Did I tell them to stop when I asked them to stop? Okay, so what else should have been different when I say, hey, can you not do that, please? Well, guys, good night. Mom, you know the rules, okay? No scaring me and hug and kiss the kitty patty. I had to get my new plug unwrapped. This was from last year because it couldn't connect onto my computer. It kept saying not there, and I was almost getting pissed off. So I had to do what I had to do, guys. That's the thing too. This is what I disagree on with the DVR counselor. Okay. Liz, for me, Liz says to not have my anger escalate. Just walk away. And the DVR lady, when you have a person who's yelling and being rude to you at a job and there's no one else there at your station to take over, you have to deal with it. So you want me to lash out and have my anger escalate and escalate? All right then. So you want me to be in jail for assault and battery? That'll be okay. That was your choice, not my choice. I didn't want that to happen. So I'm going to talk this over with my therapist. I told my DVR counselor I will give it a shot. I will give it a try really, really hard. And my caseworker was proud of me with saying that, but trying really hard. It's like I told myself, okay, pretend like I'm a dog and a little boy is poking at me, and with me telling the boy to stop, please, I go, you know, and if the boy doesn't listen to that, I growl one more time, more meaner, and if he pokes me one more time, bite and draw blood. Whose fault is that? Not mine, but the kid's fault. The kid kept poking me. Okay, so we have to think of it as like the dog. My anger is the dog. And the people who are keep yelling at me and being rude, for example, to me, are the little kid. And I will bite them really, really hard if I have to. It won't be my fault for being arrested for assault and battery, but the DVR counselor said to deal with it that way. Have my anger escalate. Because the dog won't just growl and growl and growl. They know they would bite back and they would bite the kid twice as hard. So hey, you gotta think about this really, really hard. And yes, I tried anger management in the past, but that never helped. My sister got it twice as worse, and my anger built up twice as worse over the years, and I don't know what else to do. And this week, with me losing a book, misplacing my plug adapter, I'm almost getting a headache thinking about it. So fucking pissed off thinking about these things, guys. This is doing me no other good. So I'm gonna get ready for bed now. I'm sorry about this, but I'm gonna get going to bed here. That's my video in the background.
swimming with the alligators. This cryptic response only deepened the mystery surrounding her, prompting James to probe further, asking who had left her in this desolate place. She simply stated, "They left me here," offering no additional details or context. James, now growing increasingly concerned for the woman's well-being, offered her a ride back to town once he and Brian had finished fishing. He also mentioned that he would provide her with a small sum of money and drop her off at a convenience store, ensuring her safety and comfort. She simply responded, "I'll wait over